Welcome back to Hunting Vintage with Dusk. Today is going to be a update on my season 18 episode of building a 1967 set. I haven't been able to win any other estate sales. At the time, putting what I had together from the two lots that I already won, just shy of 300 cards short. Over the last 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, I am now 152 cards short. As you can see, the high numbers is where it is. And I did not realize how hard of a set this was going to be to try to put together because of the real short print high numbers. These cards here I picked up at a flea market, and there was a card show that was local to my area. Again, we'll just quickly go through Rick Wise, Lou Brock, Kurt Ford. I paid roughly 50 cents a card when it's all said and done. Mini Roja, because these cards are obviously not in the greatest condition. As you can see, John O'Donohue, Ed Spizo, they was a Willie Mays checklist, I believe, all marked up. That's 50 cents for that. Again, these cards are beat up. 20 cents for this one. Roy Culp. So again, probably on average, Gil Hodges. This one, even though it says $5, I was able to get a deal with that one and a few others. Don Buford, 25 cents. Lampy, the Athletics team card. Ron Swoboda, Tony Cangelario, Bob Rogers, Kirkpatrick, Bob Locker, Bill Scarron, Davey Johnson. So again, Al Worthington. These cards were a little bit cheaper. I think now we're getting into what I got at the flea market. Hoyt Wilhelm, Steve Hagen, George Smith, Don Sutton. I think that's a Marisol maybe. I'm not 100% sure. It's all chewed up at the bottom. But I think these ones were like $6 at the flea market. And then Bob Miller, Bob Barton, Sam McDowell, all chewed up at the bottom. Dan Combs. Again, these will not be considered mint by any means of the imagination, but now this group of cards came from probably the best card shop for vintage here in Columbus, Ohio. Father and Sons is up in Powell, Ohio. They have about 5 to 8 4,000 count boxes in a row, starting from late 40 cards, and then it just starts going year by year up until 1980. And then they have a section of the modern stuff, like numbered sequence patches and things of that nature. So I went through, I think this was $110. I got it for $90. Vernon Law, John Rosero, Bill Kelso, Ken Henderson, Tommy Harper. So these are going to be in a lot better condition. Reds team card, Jerry Grote, Casey Cox, because of, they have a standard except for the next card after this one. Denny McLean. Yes, 1967 Pete Rose for $5. This is what I call ugly gold, because again, it's really, there's tape here, but 67 Pete Rose for $5, you can't really complain too much. Jimmy Hall, again, really, Orlando Martinez, I believe this is considered a high number, 504. Ted Abernathy, another high number, 597. And I know the high numbers are really, is that the Mickey Mantle checklist, I believe? It's $5, but it's all, as you can see, there's light pencil on it, shaded in them. Not obnoxious like that Willie Mays checklist that I had. Joel Horlin, Herman Franks, Jackie Brandit, Steve Carlton. Yes, it was $15, but then again, this was $110 I got for $90, so about 20% off the Willie Mays checklist. Wes Parker, Walt Bond, Mel Stottlemyre, chewed up Koufax leader card. And this was normally we have $5 to $8 card, but it was $1, because it did not have any sticker on it. Woody Held, Stargell and Clendon, John Briggs, Jim Cott, $1 for the checklist again, as you can see the pencil markings. Jim Hannon and Ferggie Jenkins for $5. I didn't realize this. I thought this was just a pencil, but unfortunately it's actually a gouge in the card. As you can see, they had one there for like $10 that was a little cleaner, didn't have that mark on it. And then this past weekend I went to a card show in Canton, Ohio, and I took about 70 cards with me for trade bait and selling. At the card show I sold about $40 worth of cards. Got the Billy, Milt Pappas, Andy Costco, Ted Eulander, Jerry May, Frank Robinson, Al Kaline batting leader card. Robinson, Book Powell, leader card, Phil Neikro, Bob Uecker. This one was $15. I think I got it for $10 when it was all said and done from the guy. Now the next cards, I paid $55 cash. I got a 65 Clemente. It's a little beat up. Also, I got a 1969 Roberto Clemente. Now, these two, when I initially went over, he offered me these cards for $40. And then I looked at these two cards and I was like, hey, throw these two in for, for $55. So then I got the Ferggie Jenkins rookie cards, a little off center, and the Al Kaline. And this one wasn't marked with any price. A 66 K-line for $1. I'll buy that for $1 any day. I ended up trading a card for this one. This was my mistake. I ended up trading probably a good 1965 Brooks Robinson card that I got out of a lot that I probably paid $2 for this Dave Parker rookie card, because this card's from 74 that I didn't have. So I probably should have gotten a little bit more for that Brooks Robinson. Unfortunately, that's what happens when you go to something unprepared. And then the other cards that I have left over, these were $70 for the combined for all these cards. These I got from Triple Play Vintage up in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. Gary Giger, Boog Pal. And yes, so the way it works at the shop, and as dents, stings, and scratches, is this card number on the left is how much the card costs normally, but because of his dents, stings, and scratches, you pay the lesser. Boog Pal, Kurt Ferry, $1 for the Willie Horton. These were half off. The high series, 16, it was 8 for this one. Ty Klein, $5.91 high number, so it's $15. $2. I was thinking that my checklist I had of this was in really bad condition, so I figured for $2 I couldn't pass it up too much. Frank Robinson checklist. Oh, these were part of the card show. I got the Tommy John rookie card for $6 and the Phil Neikro for $35. I didn't pay cash. I traded a bunch of dents, stings, and scratches cards for these two. Now the Neikro, you can see a little like discoloration from tape, and then the Tommy John is the corners look pretty soft. Both rookie cards. I'm thinking about starting a 64 set when I'm done with my 67 set because of all the 64s that I have on my wall of finds. Back to the Triple Play Vintage cards. This one I think was 25 cents because of how it was marked up. So yeah, if it wasn't in a case, low series was 50 cents a card, high series was $1 a card. I didn't realize I grabbed two of the same checklist, but it happened. Oops. Rookie mistake. Randy Hundley, Bill Hapler, Swoboda, and Cranepool, Jim Hart, Larry Jackson, leader card of Matty Alou, Felipe Alou, Indians rookie, Hank Aguirre. So again, 50 cents. Not terribly. Now we're getting closer to the high numbers. Anything in the 450 were $1 card. So starting here at Mike Mickelson, Tom Hutton, Orlando Pena, Tommy Agee. For $1 and a high, Pete Reich. It's a little messed up, but it's card number 500. So I am now 152 cards short. 94 of them are from 501 to 609. And that includes the Tom Seaver, Rod Carew rookie cards. I do have all these doubles. I am going to put up, consign with a auction house. But other than the 67 cards that I was working for the set, didn't think I did too terribly bad at the card show with the Tommy John, Phil Neikro, 66 Al Kaline, Ferggie Jenkins rookie, 65 Roberto Clemente, 69 Roberto Clemente, and the 74 Dave Parker rookie card. That's the update on how far along on my set. 153 to go. As always, like and subscribe. Comment below. Share any stories that you have about sets that you were putting together. As always, thanks for watching and happy hunting.